Welcome to the Real Estate Investing Morning Show with your hosts, Wayne and Gabby.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, real estate investors, and welcome to the Canadian Real Estate Investing Morning Show. I feel like it's been ages since we've done a show.
I know, it does feel really weird. I think that we were only back for a day last week before Everly got sick.
I really feel out of it. Like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know. Anyways, we're very excited for today's show. We had a really great weekend. We had our Real Estate Investing Masters Edmonton Real Estate Investing bus tour this past weekend. Huge success.
It was so good. It was so good. I don't know, somehow it felt very different from the bus tour that we did May. Mm-hmm. It was May. It somehow felt very different, even though it's basically the same event.
What felt different about it?
I don't really know. I think it was, there was a lot of different people. Like, it was a different group of people. Both fantastic groups of people, but just like, it almost felt like slightly different vibe. I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't really explain it. It was amazing. It was.
Was it a good vibe?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it was an excellent vibe. I've never actually, I think that this event, I've never seen everybody network so intently. Like, everybody was like chatting with each other and having great conversations, and you'd see, like, every time we got back on the bus, they were talking to somebody new, and like, you didn't need to force it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Normally you got to probe them a little bit.
Yeah. No. Okay. No. But no, it was fantastic. And having the after party in the park was so much fun. Dinner was delicious. Yeah, it was a great time. Really great time.
I thoroughly enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
I like, how do I word it? I like just being able to share. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With like no agenda or anything else. Just like, here's some really cool properties. These actually work. Here's why they work, and here's how you can do it. Yeah. And then everybody just leaves just informed. Totally. And educated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny. I did have somebody come up to me at the park after when we were having dinner, and they said, Wayne really wasn't kidding. Because you, like, on the bus, you had mentioned the mentorship program, but that was it. And he's like, I thought that I was going to come here and get sold on, joining mentorship program and doing this and that and all these things. And you guys literally we just attended, and you guys gave it all this information, and that was it. And so I think it's funny that people expect to go to events now and feel that. Not with us.
I think it's BS. I think it's BS. And thank you for sharing that with me. To whoever said it, and thank you, Gabby, because
we haven't really debriefed.
No, not at all. It was a pretty busy weekend, pretty crazy. But no, that means a lot, because that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
You paid money to be there. You didn't pay to be pitched.
Yeah.
So you paid, and I wanted to make sure that we over delivered. Mm-hmm. That you got everything that was expected plus more, right? So that way I can feel confident in knowing that people come to our events, they get what they paid for, and they got more on top of it, mm-hmm. and not asking for anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? And not asking for anything in return. Yeah. That's what I want. I want people to learn. I want people to understand, so that they can go and create something amazing like this for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we do it. That's why we do it. We're not getting rich off of bus tours. It's actually a lot more work than you would think in order to put that on. And thank you to everybody that helped out as well. Thank you to all of the REI masters that were there in our program, that were helping out and that were helping with setup and things like that, and making sure everybody felt welcome. Big shout out to you guys as well.
Yeah.
But
you know what, Wayne? And sorry to hijack, but sure. It got me thinking along the lines of what we're talking about. When we were in Vancouver, my sister-in-law actually said something. I think you actually might have been there, but she said something about how amazing she thinks it is that we have all this information that we provide to the community, and that it's just available. Like, we come on this podcast and we share it. Yeah. And she said, just think about, and I sometimes have trouble stopping and like letting this kind of absorb. But she said, think about how many, not only people's lives that you're changing, but also the generations to come whose lives it also changes. And she said, it's almost like you're you know, and you don't reach everybody. Not everybody wants to become a real estate investor. Not everybody knows this life or this option, this path. But the people who have had a light bulb turn on and are interested in this path, you've paved it for them and for the generations that come after them. And I have a hard time letting that sink in a lot of the times. But then also after the bus tour, some people were, you know, sharing some stories and some posts on social media. And my auntie had commented on one of them being like, look at this community that you guys created, like with kids running around and, you know, people talking about how it's so much more than just real estate. It's about, you know, being able to bring the kids along and teach them and all these types of things. And it's in these moments where it's just like, sometimes you just need a reminder. Like for me, it's just like, oh yeah, like this is so much more than just waking up and doing a podcast, or so much more than just, you know, putting out an event and renting a bus and bringing people to see properties. Like it's so much more. And sorry, my eyes are getting watery.
Yeah,
it does mean a lot.
You're gonna get me all teary-eyed too.
Yeah. So it's great. I love that we can provide this. You know, fist bump. Sorry, I guess that was a little of like tooting our own horns, but at the same time, like I'm so grateful that there's people who want to absorb the information, who are here to learn. You know what I mean? Anyways. Hey, Francis was at the tour. Hey, Francis.
Watch me 180 this shit, because no, in a bad way. Because everything that we do, everything that I do is for a reason. Nothing that I do is unintentional.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about that event and everything about every other event that we do and everything else that we do on a regular basis is all purposeful. And this, man, we've been in this industry for a long time now. It's fucking... It's shit. You know, I'd love to say the real estate investing community is so amazing. No, it's actually pretty shit. It's been shit.
In general, yes.
In general, the current community is shit. Previous iterations and generations of this community have been shit. It seems like every 2 to 3 years, and the revolving door, you know, and then a new community is created, and it's just as shitty as the last one. And I've seen so many different versions of it. So many different versions of like, here's the people here, here's the people here, and here's the people up here. And everybody's always just going like this. And always just, but the stories that I could tell you about the shit that go on in this community, and the stories that I could tell you about how that impacted the real estate market and the rental market. Because everybody just looks at it from a CBC view, you know what I mean? A Globe and Mail perspective of like, oh, did you hear that the real estate, all that stuff that happened in the real estate market for the last 3 years? And what I can do is I can literally draw lines to individuals or groups that cause that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I can draw lines to families that have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars by being misled.
Mm-hmm.
To individuals, and it's so frustrating to watch it continuously happen over and over and be that guy of that, oh, he's just negative, he's always complaining, his way's the only way, he's the only one that could be right. Well, fuck me, I am right. I'm sorry. And it might sound silly, but come talk to me in 3 years from now. I was right. Because I've been right every single time, every other time. And the reason why we do it the way that we do it is because we're trying to show people that there is a way to invest in real estate that's safe, it's reliable, that isn't taking advantage of people, that isn't taking ridiculous risks. There's so many really, really, really great families in this community right now. Really great families have really big dreams, and they're great dreams that will never achieve them because they're being misled by people. What I want is to show people that there is a right way to do it and there's a safe way to do it, and that you can involve your family. And I want to show you how to do it. I want you to show your kids how to do it. And I want that to pass on generation to generation to generation. And I actually want to see some of these dreams actually come true. Yeah. We had 40 some odd people on our bus this weekend. 40 really great people. I want each and every one of them, the stories that I heard, the dreams that they have, I want them to actually be achieved. And if they follow everything that we taught them over the weekend, we taught them a lot, they will actually achieve them. I can think back to every point and everything that I said over the weekend, and I'm like, if everybody wrote those things down, they're fine. They'll be just fine.
Yeah.
They don't need my mentorship program.
Yeah.
They don't. That's the thing. You don't need our 12-month mentorship program. You don't need us. If you listen to this podcast every day and you came out to the bus tour, you have all the tools you need. You're going to probably misstep here and there. You're going to miss a few pieces in between, but you'll figure it out, right? You also have the resource of being able to join into the show live every morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time and asking any questions. If you do have a question, ask it, right? We are literally here for you for free. I just hope that more people hear about this, more people hear about the show, more people hear about us, and they learn the way that we teach and the way that we invest in real estate and the difference it could make for people. Yeah. So I thank you for sharing that with me. It means a lot. That's what my mission is. Gosh golly, it's frustrating though. It's really frustrating just to continue to keep seeing people being taken advantage of. There were some stories that were talked about over the weekend and some other stuff that, we're hearing about, and it's all, we're actually in a really good spot right now. I didn't really want to go down this rabbit hole. I have other things that I wrote down to talk about, but we're actually in a really good spot right now as far as the real estate investing community goes, because there isn't really any predators right now in the industry. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah, I know you're kind of going like this, but there really isn't any predators in the industry right now. It's actually quite quiet. Now, there's a lot of people.
Noisy predators. Noisy predators.
There's no noisy predators. There's still people to avoid, right? And some schemes and things like that you want to avoid. But ultimately, right now, there's no ongoing schemes or active predators that are taking advantage of people. There are people that have been taking advantage or are currently being taken advantage of. But right now, it's actually quite quiet. And it's really relieving. I do believe that will change. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. In a year or two. But right now, it's actually quite calm. And the community is actually thriving, I would say. There's a lot of good things happening right now. And it's when those individuals kind of leave our community and they stop pushing these gimmicks and schemes, I find that the community thrives. People start making better decisions. The education and the dialogue changes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I'm quite happy with that right now. So I don't know where I'm going with it. There's these underlying frustrating thoughts that I have. I just try and care bear the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all you can do. There's no sense in complaining about it. Like none of this, you guys have probably already paused it or fast forwarded it by now. Probably changed it to a different thing. None of this means anything to you. Some of you have been around a long time. You're nodding your head and you're like, I know exactly what you're talking about, Wayne. The best thing we can do is just care bear the shit out of it and just throw our love beams out there and keep spreading positivity and spreading positive reinforcement and trying to teach people how to do things right and hope that has an impact and hope it has an effect. And almost like a Ted Lasso effect too. You know what I mean? If you affect one person, just think about the compounding effect that you can have on individuals. If I teach one person how to do it properly, how many other people can they teach how to do properly? And how many other people can they teach how to do properly? And just spreading that positivity, I hope that it has a compounding effect. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I mean, that comment was really, that tells me that it's working. Yeah. Yeah, that other people are seeing it, and not everybody's going to be affected, not everybody's going to be reached, but we hope that by doing this, you in turn impact other people's lives. You in turn show people how to invest properly. You in turn show people that it's possible to do it ethically and morally. And that's all that I can ask for.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah,
so anyways, after the bus tour, sorry, I dropped something. After the bus tour, we kept on keeping on. We had a bit of a busy personal day yesterday. Our daughter wasn't doing very good. So, Gabby stayed home with her and dealt with that. But I went on a tour of new rental properties yesterday. And holy crap, Polly. It was a good day.
How many did you go to?
I don't remember, but I'll check. Let me take a quick little commercial break. I'll tell you all about the properties that I went and viewed yesterday and tell you all about how it went. Because I think there was some... I was quite shocked. I was quite shocked at what I found. We'll be right back.
Real estate investors need to treat debt differently than homeowners, and at Kirkland & Brennan Mortgage Group, we understand that. For the last 11 years, we've helped real estate investors plan and build their portfolios. We understand how to help you avoid fees, penalties, getting yourself stuck, and making sure that the deal you're doing today doesn't stop the deal you want to do tomorrow. You can reach out to Keaton, Keaton, at kbmortgages.ca. Put plan on the subject line, and we'll help you build a plan and then realize it for your real estate goals. We also coordinate with the other professionals like your accountant, lawyer, realtor, and we will help you build your portfolio. So reach out. We'll do our best to help. Thanks, guys.
You've got showings, lease signings, suite renos, condo board meetings, credit checks, mortgage financing, and every so often a tenant clogs the sink because they shoved macaroni down there. Stop. Breathe. Leave the bookkeeping to Fingo. Fingo is specialized real estate bookkeeping by real estate investors with tailored services for maximum returns. Save time. Enhance your returns. Claim the plumbing repair for that ridiculous macaroni fiasco. Book your free consultation at fingo.com.
Summer. While everyone's getting distracted, this is when the market gets quiet. Not because the opportunities disappear, but because the people do. Vacations, long weekends, these are the distractions I'm talking about. And that's exactly when serious investors make their moves. At Calvin Realty, this is one of our favorite windows. Less competition, more flexibility, and sellers who are actually open to negotiating. While everyone else is stepping away, we're stepping in. If you're looking to buy right, not just buy fast, this is your edge. Calvin Realty. Opportunity doesn't take time off.
And we are back. So it was 7 properties.
7 properties.
7 properties.
Didn't you send Calvin at least double that?
Yes, but not all of them were available. Okay. I told him that I wanted to view them, but then I was like, we had the bus tour, so I couldn't do it on Saturday.
Oh, okay. 7's still good.
Yeah, I think it was about a dozen. I think I sent over, but a lot of them were pending by the time I got to it. So
okay.
Anyways, was there I just realized, was there an email that came in today?
Yes, we have a listener email that came in about tariffs and real estate.
Okay.
Tariffs and real estate.
Hold that. Don't let me forget about that. We will answer that. If I remember correctly, I took a glance at it this morning. It was something to do with how are tariffs going to, the new tariffs, and the whole trade talk thing that unfolded last week. Yeah. How is that all going to impact?
How do you think it's going to affect the real estate market? Yeah.
Okay, not a problem. We can definitely cover that. But anyways, I went and viewed 7 properties yesterday. Literally the first one I went and viewed, just like home run, absolute home run. I couldn't believe it. So I've been having some, I do tours. I do not tours, but I'll go out maybe once every 2 weeks and I'll just throw 10 properties, on a tour, and my realtor and I will go out, Calvin, we'll go out and we'll look at properties and I'll write an offer once every 2 weeks, on average. And lately, there's just been just nothing but shit. Like every property I go into, it's just like, it stinks. There's cooking smells. There's mold smells. There's just all, and it's just the quality has been absolute shite. But yesterday, I go in, first house I go into, I'm just like, that's not that bad. And I look around the corner and I'm like, they redid the cabinets and they redid the countertop and the flooring, and it's all painted.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of nice in here. And I'm like, okay, I'll go down to the basement. Let's see what I can find. I go down to the basement. It's like, oh, it's great. There's no issues whatsoever. And it was a new furnace. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Ding, 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 ding.
And so I looked at Calvin. I'm like, well, this one's getting an offer. And then I go into the second one. And it's like the same thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't had time to debrief on the viewings either. But as you said, I was home. And so Wayne leaves. And within like an hour, I'm part of like the chat, group chat with Calvin. And it's like, okay, here's the details for the offer. And I'm like, oh, okay, offer's going in. And then like within like 40 minutes, it's like, hey, here's the details for offer on like a different address. I'm like, what the hell is happening? It's like you've been gone like an hour and a half and there's like 2 offers. Like, okay.
Well, it actually should have been, it should have been 4 yesterday.
Yeah. I was saying that's within the first hour and a half.
Well, of 7, 4 of them I wanted to write an offer on. And so 2 went in yesterday. There's probably a third going in today. Probably. It's I couldn't believe it. And anyways, the second property that I went into, same thing, great condition. Ended up there was 3 that I saw in one complex, in one condo complex.
Okay.
And I was quite impressed with the one that I saw in there. And I couldn't believe the square footage. Actually, I wish you could have been there to see the square footage of this. It was like 1,200 square feet.
Nice.
For a 3-bedroom townhouse.
That's great.
The master bedroom, it felt like an optical illusion. It was just, it was so long.
Okay.
Anyway, it's hard to explain. I wish I should have taken a picture or a video, but I was quite impressed with it, or quite surprised by it. But I was looking at the price, and I was looking at the area, and I was looking at everything inside. I just lost a light.
That's fine.
Okay, I'll fix that a little bit. I was looking at the price, I was looking at the area and everything else, and it just seemed too good to be true. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I don't know why. It seemed like there's no reason why this property and these other properties that are in the same complex are all priced this good, and there were 7 for sale. 7.
Okay. Do you know how many total were in the complex?
68.
Okay.
Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Sorry, what?
How do you know?
Oh, thank you for asking. I know because the third one that I went into.
Yes.
That one, I almost didn't walk into it. I almost didn't walk into this one because I went, there was 2 doors, the front door and a back door. I went to the back door by accident, and the lock, the key box wasn't there to get in. But the grass was like,
okay.
And there was a tree that was like growing. It seemed like it was growing out of the house.
Okay.
It was like right along the house.
Yes.
And it almost looked like it was growing out of the house, and it was just right all the way up the siding. And I was like, ugh. And then I went to the other side of the house, and sure enough, there was a tree coming out of that side of the house too, literally going all up the side of the house. And I was like, it was only that unit that just had, it seemed like there was literally a tree that was planted right underneath this townhouse.
Okay.
So I almost didn't go in. And you look at it, and I looked at the door, and I'm like, this is going to be shit. And as soon as we opened the door, it's shit. It looked terrible in there. And I'm like, I don't want a renovation project right now.
Yeah.
I know lots of people would say, oh yeah, go and find the ugliest ones. That's where you're going to get the best deal. Yeah, sure. If you're cool with doing a 3-month renovation. I'm too busy for it right now. Yeah, I could probably make a little bit of money and I could renovate it and create equity. Absolutely. It's just not what I want to do right now. And so I'm not interested in that. But I walked in, smelt terrible. I looked over in the kitchen, and there was paperwork all over the kitchen counter.
Okay.
It was all the condo documents.
Ooh.
That's the exact same noise I made. That's the exact same noise that I made. I was like, ooh. And so Calvin continues to keep walking. I'm like, yeah, just give me about 10 minutes. And so I go and I'm like, I got my papers and I'm just like flipping through. Okay, all right, cool. Just look over there. So Calvin's probably wondering why isn't he walking through the property? I saw way more value in the documents.
Yeah.
Than going through the property. I'm like, I'm probably not buying this house, but I just want to go and look at the condo documents.
Well, yeah, because you're interested in the other ones.
And I asked him, like, can I take them? And he goes, They probably paid for them to be printed, right? So I couldn't take them. He's like, it's too bad we don't have like a portable scanner. We could just like.
Oh, I could have had that scanned so fast for you. How many pages was it?
No, you couldn't.
How many pages?
It was hundreds.
Hundreds?
The condo documents alone are like 70.
Hundreds?
I mean, the condo documents alone, like the reserve fund study is like 70.
Okay.
And then you've got all the meeting minutes, you've got the financial reports, you've got the bylaws. Okay, maybe 200. It's more than 100. Okay, more than 199. Let's just put it that way. It was a lot. It took up the whole counter.
Okay.
Anyway, so I went through it and instantly within about 3 to 4 minutes, I realized that these guys, the complex had a finance problem.
Okay.
They had a money problem. This had been going on for a little while. Not a terrible one. Not terrible.
One you could come back from? One you could come back from?
They could come back from it, but was I...
You didn't want to be a part of it?
Do I want to be a part of that revival? Not really. In some cases, I can see value in that. Sometimes if it's like...
If you can get a good enough deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what you could do is you could leverage that. You can pull on that a little bit and be like, okay, I'm going to get a really good deal. And yeah, it might cost me $2,000 in some special levy or something like that. Or maybe the condo fees are going to go up a little bit. As long as my numbers can still work, I can make it work.
Yeah.
But that one, it was just like, there just wasn't enough juice to squeeze.
Okay.
And so I decided not to. But that was great. I mean, I was going to write an offer on the previous one.
Don't need to waste your time.
Don't need to waste my time writing an offer or sending in a deposit and all those other things and then waiting and then doing it. So it was actually quite handy that they did that. I don't know if there's any value in that for the seller in leaving it there. I mean, let's just be honest with each other. I mean, most buyers that were walking through there wouldn't have known what to do with that paperwork.
Yeah.
So for me, it was it was a treasure find. Yeah. Like, it was like, wow, this is awesome. I only need a few minutes just to skim through this. I'm not going to be able to do a full analysis of these condo documents, but I can do enough in less than 5 minutes to determine whether this is something that I want to explore or not. Yeah. Right. And so that basically just, those ones there, no go. But that property that the condo documents were in was the worst of them. It really wasn't even all that bad. Compared to the other crappy ones that I've seen recently, it actually wasn't all that bad. Yeah. Next one I go into, absolutely beautiful, awesome, great condition. I haven't written an offer on that one yet, but I really want to. Yeah. I really want to. It was the other two were the ones that were like, okay, these are no-brainers. The third one, I don't know that one well enough. I liked it. I loved it. The numbers are all fantastic. I just need to do it's going to require more due diligence. Okay. And so that's why I just chose not to do that one first. But I think that one's going to get an offer today. So keep an eye on the group chat. Awesome. But yeah, 2 offers went in yesterday. The other 2 that I put offers on, like, just absolute awesome properties. The great, like, as far as numbers go, I already know they're great cash flowing properties. They're probably going to cash flow about $500-600 a month each. Yeah. Great ROI, great areas, great condition, no renovations required. I might finish a basement. I might finish a basement. There will probably be a little bit of plumbing and electrical repairs, which is pretty normal. Yeah. But otherwise,
I can handle a few repairs.
Easy peasy, beautiful cover girl.
Good job, honey. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm really impressed with it.
I think what I love most about these, like, properties that you're finding, and of course I haven't seen them, but the way that you're talking about them, I can only assume that they're similar to the other ones that we've picked up recently, is that they are just so easy to manage. Like, on my end, it's like, yeah, there's a little bit of work to, like, you know, get the property closed, get the repairs done, you know, all that kind of stuff. But these have been so easy to fill, like to fill the vacancy and to find, good tenants and to manage. So I'm stoked about that. It's not like, there's some property types that like I just want no part of anymore. It's like, don't give those to me. Hopefully tenants don't move out and we don't have a vacancy to fill. These are just a dream from the management side. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Actually, the one that I'm thinking about writing an offer in on today is, I'll give you a hint. It's right across the street from the other one that we currently have under conditions.
Okay.
You know where that area is?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you guys. But it's literally like right across the street.
Oh, okay.
Same area. So you're going to love that.
Yeah.
Because it's in an area that is very easy to fill vacancies.
Awesome.
Very easy to find tenants.
Beautiful.
Additionally, the layout is almost exactly the same as the property that you really, really loved, that you wanted me to buy, but you told me you would divorce me if I didn't get it.
And you didn't get it?
And I didn't get it.
Why am I still here? Okay.
Anyways, and the quality is about the same as well. So I feel like this one, if I put an offer in on it today and it gets accepted, it might save my marriage. It might work out as a really good consolation. Of those two offers that I wrote yesterday, one of them got accepted last night.
Yeah.
I didn't say that, actually. One of them got accepted last night.
High five.
The second one, we'll wait and see. Apparently, the seller is unreachable. And my response was, if that's how they're going to be, then this property is going to be unsellable. We wrote some pretty aggressive offers last night.
Yeah.
And I was a little disappointed that the second offer I didn't get a response because it was quite an aggressive offer and it had a timeline on it, a deadline on it. And they just said, yeah, I can't get a hold of them. Yeah. You're going to lose a buyer here pretty quick. So, but the first one, I got an answer within like
minutes. I feel like once the signatures and it was sent off, it was literally
we got a response.
Minutes.
Yeah, it was minutes.
Yeah,
it felt like hours because it took a little while to get the signatures and things like that. Yeah. But once it actually was signed and sent to we had an answer within minutes and a reasonable counteroffer. Yeah, and I didn't even see any point in going back and trying to grind him down for a few more $1,000. I said, that seems reasonable to me. We accept. It was that easy. And that gave me a little bit of an indication as well, because, and this is something I've been noticing this month, is that in our market, at least in Edmonton, there aren't many buyers right now. And of all the properties that we went and saw, they've all been sitting.
Yeah, you're not competing with anyone, it doesn't feel like.
They've been sitting for weeks. Yeah. And to get a response like that. Now, this property, I'll give you real numbers here. You guys want real numbers?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, sure. I'll give you real numbers. This property was listed for $210,000. It was listed on the market for 21 days. They had already done a price drop. I think after like a week, they did a price drop of $10,000. They dropped it down.
Was that 220?
No, it was at 210, and they dropped it down to 200.
Okay.
And then I wrote an offer. I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. I wrote an offer of 186.
Okay.
They came back at 192.
Sweet. That's great, Dale.
It's completely renovated.
Oh, wow.
New hot water tank.
Oh,
new furnace.
Okay.
Completely renovated. Now, there's going to be a $2,000-$3,000 worth of electrical and plumbing. I already know. I can see where there's little leaks and I could see where there's going to be some stuff where they didn't do it. But it's renovated. It's ready. It's got great curb appeal. It's in a great area. I mean, it's worth 210. Nice. Don't tell them. I got it for one, and it wasn't even all that difficult. You know what I mean? I wrote it for $14,000 under asking, and they came back at 192. Like I said, I could have went down. I probably could have got it like closer to 189, 190. But like at this point, start the car.
Yeah.
Start the car because the numbers are fantastic on it. This is what I mean. That like the fact that they came back so reasonably within a few minutes tells me that they probably haven't gotten many people walking through. Right?
Yeah.
And that gives me a lot of hope because that what that tells me is I think that based on what I'm seeing in right now in August, I think that the fall market is going to be very good for buyers. Very good for real estate investors. I do. I think there's going to be a lot of listings, and there are a lot of listings right now. The cash flow really good in the Edmonton market, I said. And I think that it's going to be very easy for investors to come in and just get really good deals. I'm going to continue to keep being aggressive. I'm going to continue to keep getting, lots of money off the price. And just picking up as many of these cash flowing deals as I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One other thing I've also got, because we got another property, I told you about this a second ago. We have another property I got to remove conditions for tomorrow.
Yes.
I have a condition removal date for tomorrow. So I was going through the condo documents for that one yesterday morning. Or was it Saturday morning? Saturday morning before the bus tour. I went through the condo documents. No, it wasn't condo document. The home inspection.
Okay.
The home inspection. Thank you. The home inspection on that. And I put together my list, and I'm going to be doing my counter today on that one. So why am I sharing all this stuff with you? I like to brag. I like to brag, and I also like to show you that if you're worried about real estate investing, if you're worried about finding good deals, if you're worried about finding tenants, if you're worried about finding cash flow, if you're worried about finding low-risk deals that actually make money and are profitable, I'm doing it, right? It's not that hard. And if you were at the bus tour this weekend, you probably learned a lot more than what I just shared with you right there about what's possible. So get out there.
Yeah.
Seriously. If you're looking at Edmonton, I'm telling you, there are amazing opportunities in Edmonton. There's amazing opportunities in all the other major markets as well, if you know where to find them, right? And I know where they are, right?
I feel like this is kind of like a repeat of 21, 22, where it's like, oh my God, you guys. And it's like trying to tell people about the opportunity, but just like people are like, yeah, I don't know.
Different opportunity
and
at that time.
And then 23, 24, and they're like, oh, I really wish I did it. And like, I just feel like we're back kind of like in that space where it's like, wow, like it's all just like laid out, like right here. Like you guys could literally just go pick which one you want, and you could do it over and over and over again, and you could be laughing in a few years, but lots of people won't be.
See, Francis is live with us on YouTube. He says, congrats. And Francis actually sent me a message yesterday, and he said, save some for the rest of us. No. You have actually, here's the honest to goodness truth, Francis. There's so many out there. There's so many out there that are cash flowing really well, that get tremendous returns. One of our stops on the bus tour on Saturday was Dennis. And Dennis's property, we shared the details of it. His cash flow, his cash on cash return, so the amount of cash flow he's getting every month compared to his original investment, was 21% cash on cash.
This is absolutely wild.
Did you watch everybody's jaws?
Yeah.
Did you see everybody's jaws?
And we did and it was like real time math. Like, okay, everybody get out your calculators. And wasn't it like $680 of cash flow per month or something like that? Like, that is insane.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely insane.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We're doing it. Our students are doing it. Like, if you want to do it, just go out and do it. Like, everything that you need to know is on this podcast. You might need to piece it all together over the last 6 months, or the last couple of years, but it's all here. Yeah. Right? And when there's opportunities to go out to events that we're holding for us to teach you in person at properties, take them, for goodness sake. Right? Otherwise, you're just going to be another one of those people that's like, oh, I really wish I would have. Right? Okay.
Manny says, Wayne owns half the city. Working on it.
Working on it. Funny you say that. God damn it, I'm going through so many tangents. I will read this email. I will read this email a little bit. I never used to. There were certain sections of the city I never used to own in. It's happened now officially. There was like 2/3 of the city that I could drive through, and as I'm driving through, I could make just a quick little left or a quick little right and go and look at one of my properties. Okay, that's how many we own. Like, I'd be driving through a neighborhood and like, you know what? Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna take a quick right here. Okay, our property's good, and then I just go back on, and then I just drive a little bit and like, just give me 1 sec. Since I'm in the area, take a little left and go and look at this property.
I hate it when you do that, by the way.
I know. There are sections of the city that I was never really, I just didn't know it well enough that literally anywhere I go in the city now, I can do a left or a right, and I can see a property that we own, which is so incredibly cool. So yeah, I do own, I think I own more, I own a piece of every part of the city. Like, that's a better way of putting it. So anyways, it's cool. And I think I just want that for all of you guys. Mm-hmm. I do. It's really fun. It's really exciting. The cash flow is amazing. The returns are fantastic. One of these days, I'm going to do a full portfolio analysis. I'm going to share with you guys. I was actually working on it over the weekend, but it's so hard to do. But I'm going to share our portfolio analysis for the last 5 years and just showing you how well our portfolio has done every year in returns, just to show you more of that. Anything I can do, just anything, like, just to give you guys hope and give you confidence that it's possible. I love doing this. Anyways. Sorry, okay. No more tangents. There's an email. And you know what? It's funny. This email, all of everything that I've said.
I feel like we should almost save it for tomorrow.
I have strategically said certain things throughout this whole 45 minutes to answer this question.
Oh, okay.
I told you earlier, nothing I do is unintentional. I'm going to tie that email into everything that I just said.
Okay. So we got an email from a listener, and it says, Wayne and Gabby, thank you for such an amazing time at the bus tour this weekend. I met so many great people and learned a ton. Love what you guys are doing. Thank you. Yeah. I just had a question that I'd love to hear your thoughts on. Considering how things played out with trade talks last week and tariffs, how do you think this is going to affect the real estate market? I've already seen these conversations happening online and like real estate groups and stuff. So I think lots of people are.
What did you think? What did you think about the conversations?
Oh, there's lots. I don't know. It's a shit show. There's lots of people.
A lot of people that think they know what they're talking about that don't really know what they're talking about.
Yes, and you can see some really far right and really far left, super uneducated, just like spewing shit.
Yeah.
And then not much in between common sense.
Oh, you can't be in the middle in any of those conversations.
No.
You'll get knocked out by other side.
You stay out of it.
They're swinging on left and swinging on the right. Yeah, it's you're gonna
it's a mess.
You're gonna get 2 black guys.
It's a mess out there.
Yeah, no, I've seen exactly what you've been saying too. So what specifically is it?
The question?
The negotiations or tariffs?
It said with trade talks last week and the tariffs, how do you think this is going to affect the real estate market?
Well, the fact that they don't have a trade deal, I mean, does complicate things on a macro level. I would say that the real estate market, there's no immediate effect on real estate values. No immediate effect. It really depends on how long this plays out. And even with these, 50% tariffs that the U.S. put, and then Canada retaliated with the exact same 50% tariffs. So with that in mind, you got to look at where those tariffs are being put. And I don't have the full list of it. It was, from what I understood, it was a lot of plastics, textiles, wine, I think automotive. I don't have the list in front of me, but it was a lot of different industries. From what I read in my research was that it was going to hit Ontario and Quebec the hardest.
Yes.
So I hope you guys are still wearing a cup, because Ontario and Quebec have been taking kicks to the groin for a few years now. So Ontario and Quebec are definitely taking the biggest hit here. with the effect of it. But will that affect the real estate prices? Again, the real estate prices have already been affected in Ontario. Like, they're already in a nosedive in most markets, most major markets. And so will it affect it? Yes. But like, if the market was stable right now, it wouldn't be like tomorrow or next month or 5 months from now, suddenly it's like a nosedive from there. It's not gonna affect it like that. Where we're gonna see the immediate effect is actually in the rental market. Here's my daily reminder that there are two different markets when you invest in real estate. There is the real estate market and there is the rental market. Okay, two completely different markets. Real estate market is the buying and selling of residential real estate. Okay, we'll forget about multifamily. That's on the commercial side, a little bit different. Okay, we're talking residential right now. Residential real estate, buying and selling of homes. Okay, that could also be rented out as rental properties. Okay, that's the values, okay, of the property. The rental market is the renting of those properties. That's the supply and demand of rental properties. Okay, supply being the rental property, demand being the tenants looking to rent those properties. Two completely different markets. They are not one and the same. They can somehow affect each other in a roundabout way, but not really. So real estate market, when we talk about the supply and demand of real estate, I mean, that's how many houses are available or how many residential properties are available for purchase, how many people are looking. The demand will determine the values. If there's lots of demand, lots of asking offers, that will push up the prices because there's a huge demand for it.
People are fighting.
If there's not a whole lot of people buying and not a whole lot of people fighting over it, then obviously the prices will stay stable or they could go down, right? If there's more supply than there is demand, okay? Rental market is based on the supply and demand of tenants, people looking to rent, and how many rental properties there are. The reason why it's going to affect the rental market is because these tariffs are going to immediately affect jobs. It's immediately going to affect employment. And if there are companies, wine companies, for example, that sell their wine to U.S. customers and they just got slapped with a 50% tariff, they're not going to be selling anything to the U.S. anytime soon, which means that sales are going to be down, which means that there might be layoffs for that business, which means that the person who's out there in the pit squashing the grapes with his feet.
There's machines for that.
Is it the same though, Gabby? Is it the same?
Need a little bit of toe jam in there.
The toe jam is what, yeah.
Gives it a little extra.
That little hint, yeah. Sorry, I'll leave the joke. The guy that's out there squashing grapes might get laid off. And how does that affect you? I mean, that affects you because if they're renting from you, they're renting one of the units in your basement suite, for example, in your property. Well, they're not going to be able to pay the rent next month. So this can have an immediate effect on the rental market because if people are unable to pay their rent, well, that means that you could be affected because there's delinquencies, there's unpaid rents. Additionally, people could say, hey, I can't rent here anymore, I need to move out, and they abandon it, and then it sits vacant and you got to go find another tenant. But then you go put the listing back on the market and for the rental market, and you list it for the same rent that you had before, and then no one is responding, or the people that are responding can't afford it.
So affordability will take a hit.
Affordability is going to take a hit for sure, right? Affordability for tenants, which means that you might have to lower your rents, which means that you might have a lot more unpaid rent delinquencies. So it can affect the rental market immediately across the country. Some provinces are going to feel it more than other provinces, depending on where the tariffs are and what they're on, right? But this is just a reminder. And there's not, by the way, I'll say this. There's nothing you can do about that. Absolutely nothing you can do about that. There is no system, no strategy, nothing that you can do that can prevent someone from not being able to pay their rent. That is their responsibility, and you have zero control over that. Okay? Zero control. Unless, of course, you've got Donald's phone number saved in your phone, and you can give him a call and be like, hey, man, My tenants are having trouble paying the rent. Could you maybe just chill the fuck out? If you do, then I would make that call this morning. Otherwise, there's nothing you could do about that. This is going to be going on for a while. These trade talks are not going well. And I feel that as soon as we do get an agreement, they're going to fuck around with that agreement too. Because they're fucking around with the previous trade agreement.
Right.
I have a feeling that so long as the big orange is in the big white.
Got it.
There's going to be a lot of
uncertainty
and unpredictability or lack of predictability. So strap in. Strap in. It's going to affect us. We are in a trade war. We're getting shafted right now, and anything that we do have on paper doesn't matter because they can just change their mind whenever they want. And you need to come to the realization and the understanding of that and do what you can do. And the way that you build your portfolio, the way that you build out your rental portfolio is really, really important. The way that you build out your systems in your business is really, really important. So why do I buy properties that have really, really, really good cash flow? I buy that because the cash flow is a safety net. It's a safety net to protect me from the things that I cannot control. It's a safety net. I build strong ships because when you build out your rental properties or you build out your rental property business, you're going out and you're setting sail and you just don't know if you're going to run into a storm. But if I do run into a storm, I want to know that I'm protected. I have a strong ship that's going to be able to weather that storm. And there are always going to be storms. You're never going to know where they're going to come from, but you need to be prepared. So you buy good properties, you put good systems in place, and you put good tenants in place. You think long-term, right? You know that I'm not planning on getting rich here in the next 3 years. I'm planning on getting rich over the next 20 years or 30 years. So I need this to be able to last. You have to build it out right and buy properties that have good cash flow that can weather storms. So when storms like this come in, and we've been feeling it, the applications that we've been receiving from tenants, don't get me wrong, we're getting great tenants.
Yeah.
Because we're buying great properties that are attracting great tenants. But we have some properties that aren't as desirable.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, the applications that we're getting getting lots, but they're shit.
Yeah.
Absolute shit. I would
like
say
won't even bat an eye at them. They're so bad.
The applications, rental applications we've been getting this year are the worst this year than we've ever had. Ever.
Which we knew was coming.
We did know it was coming, right? So I'm so happy that we built out our portfolio in the way that we did so that we can lower rents if we need to, or we can hold off a month, you know what I mean, if we need to.
Well, think about Dennis, who we just mentioned has $680 per month in cash flow on his newest acquisition. How much can he lower his rent before he's in trouble?
He's got about a $500 buffer there.
If not more.
Yeah.
You know, like if he lowered it $500, he's still not in trouble. He's still okay. Yeah. So that's a pretty hefty safety net. That's that you can build a portfolio on right now. Right?
And that right there is the whole reason why we're still here and so many people aren't.
And why Dennis is going to be here.
That's why Dennis is going to be here years to come as
and
well.
So many more of our students.
Mm-hmm.
And other people who listen and take action.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I will say this. You want to know how much cash flow? Go pick up this book. Okay. Go pick up that book. This will explain to you exactly how much cash flow you need for any given property in any given market. That right there. Okay. The 5% rule will teach you everything you need to know about how much cash flow you need for your rental property. This is an easy formula to make sure that you are never forced to sell. You'll never be scared about the big orange. You'll never be scared about COVID. You'll never be scared about interest rates. This right here makes sure that you have a nice big buffer, a nice big cushion, a nice big parachute, a nice big safety net, a nice big whatever you want to call it, to make sure that you can weather any storm. Grab this book. It's very thin. If you don't like to read or you're not a good reader, it's not very hard to read. Very simple. You follow this, you got nothing to worry about.
Very digestible.
Very digestible. Okay, I'm going to leave that right there just in case you forget what it's called. Actually, no, I'm going to leave it right here. Will it stay? There we go. Now you're not going to forget. Okay, just in case you can't find a pen. Or just in case you can't read and you're going to grab somebody who can read and tell them, hey, what's that say?
Take a screenshot.
Yeah. Get your friend to tell you what it says. Okay,
And
get
then
your friend to read it
them.
to you before bed. All right? So simple. You follow that, you're not going to have anything to worry about.
You should put it out on an audiobook.
Don't tell
I'll
people.
read it for you.
Thank you. No, it's on my list, sweetheart. But it's just been, maybe I could have done it this summer if we didn't have so many floods.
Fuck you, Rain.
Did you say Wayne?
Rain.
Oh, Rain. Got it. Real Estate Investment Network?
No. Fuck you, precipitation.
What did Rain do? Anyways, that right there, that'll teach you everything you need to know, honestly. So what was the question?
Tariffs. How are they going to affect the real estate market?
They won't affect the real estate market. They're going to affect the rental market. They could eventually affect the real estate market. Right now, the rental market has the most to lose because if the unemployment rate goes up,
Yeah, I
and
feel like there's a
affordability
series
gets
of
affected.
chain of reactions that, of course, are going to happen, and of course, are going to impact, everything.
yeah,
But if we're talking about, what's the immediate concern for sure? I think
the rental market.
The rental market.
If it lasts and if it continues to get worse, then yes, real estate market could be affected as well because people's inability to be able to buy houses
Yes.
means that there will be less demand in the real estate market.
Yeah.
And simultaneously, if people are unable to afford the houses that they already own. So if the demand is affected because nobody can afford it, and the supply is affected because it's going to go up because nobody can afford their mortgage payments anymore, you're going to have tons of listings, tons of supply with no demand. What happens when people get desperate and they need to sell their home? Prices are going to drop.
Yeah.
And they're going to take whatever they can just to get the fuck out. Right?
Good time to buy.
Great time to buy it if you're an investor and it passes the 5% rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
rents still
here's
need
the
to make
truth.
sense.
98% of real estate in Canada doesn't follow the 5% rule. So 98% of residential real estate in Canada is fucked if it continues. This won't be able to save you because the rents aren't high enough to afford most of those properties. It's less than 2% of real estate in Canada actually follows the 5% rule. I'm being nice and saying 2%. I think it's less than 1%. But I don't have those figures, so I added a little bit just to be safe. Right? So, if you are buying shitty properties that don't pass the 5% rule and just hoping for values to go up and just playing the whole gamble game, hoping for values to increase, playing the appreciation game, you're long term, I think you're going to be, if you're not fucked right now, you're going to be fucked very soon. Yeah, I think it's going to affect it. But if you buy good properties, if you buy those properties that are in the 1 or 2%, that do cash flow, that do pass the 5% rule, that are desirable to tenants, you're laughing. You have nothing to worry about. I'm not affected. Why isn't Wayne talking about tariffs? Why is he only talking about it when somebody brings it up in an email? Because it's not that big of a deal to me. I know it's going to make a small blip in my rental, business, but I've got enough systems, enough cash flow to be able to ride that storm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool, right?
Yeah.
A lot of other people, I'm a little concerned. And I'm already seeing a lot of people of influence complaining about it, saying that this is the reason why their business is failing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. Because you're not doing it right. Yeah, I know I sound a little cocky. Yeah, I know I sound a little egotistical. Yeah, my way is the only way. Because it is. Because it is. I'm not going to sit here and lie to people. I'm not going to say that there's other ways of doing it. There could be other ways of doing it, not as good. But the truth is that we've absolutely mastered this real estate investing thing. And it works. And I'd be lying to you if I said otherwise. So why don't we just cut the bullshit and start doing it right? Once you read this, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. He's like, oh yeah, you're going to completely agree. You're going to be like, okay, now I understand what he's talking about. Right? And you can read it in less than an hour. If you're a fast reader, you can read it in less than an hour. If you're a slow reader, then you can have someone read it to you over 2 hours. But go and read it. It's so simple. And continue to keep listening to this podcast, and you're going to learn some great tips and great tricks that you can add to your business, and you'll succeed in real estate investing. So I wouldn't be worried about the tariffs as long as you're doing it right. If you're doing it wrong, strap in. You're fucked.
All right.
Good ending?
Yeah. And that's our show.
All right, guys. I had fun.
Yeah,
Thanks for tuning in. And
see you back here tomorrow.
Yeah, we will see you tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Want to be coached personally by Wayne and Gabby? Then you should join the Real Estate Investing Masters Mentorship Program. Details are in the show notes to get started.